donde va a haber música y esta va a ser nuestra primera entrevista en inglés, con un grupo que se presenta el día de mañana. Son un grupo de mujeres que toca metal pesado y que traen una propuesta muy interesante, ¿eh? Vamos a darle la bienvenida a Dogma. ¿Ya están listos? Dale. ¿Ya? Adelante, pásenle, pásenle. Come on here. Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Good night. So, Dogma. I mean, I saw a couple of videos, live videos from Dogma. The concept, it's really interesting. What is the message? What is the motivation to have this kind of imagery and this concept?
You know, the concept, well, the message of our music, of the imagery and the concept in general is personal liberation. We're not here to serve the needs, the wants, or the societal or cultural norms or expectations of anyone else. You are your own God. You serve your own desires, and you live by your own moral code.
Okay, so basically that's what we do here in this show. We do whatever we want. Almost all the time I get in trouble because I talk a lot, I say a lot of crap. But you are right now touring all over Mexico, right? Tomorrow you're going to play here at Café Iguana.
Yes.
How many of you are in the band? There's three, right?
Five.
Five.
Yes.
Okay. I was listening to your live shows. It's a blend of heavy metal, like a lot of energy and a lot of rawness. I think that's the word, like very raw, in your face, heavy metal, right?
Yes, definitely.
So, and this concept of liberation, it's kind of like what Anton LaVey said, right? All of these ideology, like to be countercultural.
Yes.
And to be free. I mean, I obviously your non image. I mean, that's a message, right? Like, is that like can I say feminist metal? No?
I don't know if we're necessarily trying to be feminist. I think our message is for everyone. And as far as the outfits, well, we took something that typically could be interpreted as repression, and we turned it into liberation with the outfit.
Okay. Yes, I mean, I look, I'm a metalhead. Maybe I don't look like a metalhead, but this guy, Chamuco, he knows that I'm a metalhead, 100%. And traditionally, metal was for like only guys, right? And you're one of the few bands that are all girls.
Yes.
And so how do you feel that the public has received you?
I think overall the reception has been positive. We're not here necessarily for the acceptance of the general public. We're here to maybe shake things up. Okay. But overall, it's been a very positive reception.
Okay. So how many shows you're having in Mexico?
So this tour, we're playing 8 total in Mexico.
8, okay.
We're halfway through. We've played 4 shows, and we have 4 more to go.
The next show, el concierto que sigue, va a ser en el Café Iguana el día de mañana. ¿A qué hora es? 8:45. Café Iguana, 8:45. Be there on time because the show is going to start at, 9?
I believe so.
Okay, so, I mean, that's here. I mean, Mexico, we are a very conservative society, and sometimes people are like, oh my God, she's all painted like a nun. And it's very I don't know, maybe some people will say that it's like satanic or something like that. I mean, for me, it's fine. I don't care. I like it, you know, all the image. But I mean, is that the purpose of the concept?
I think the purpose of the concept is more to be, as you said earlier, countercultural, not not necessarily. I guess more so to give people a space to be who they are and to do something different than what their expectations are. And I think in a country where the expectations or the culture may be more conservative, it makes the message even more powerful.
Yes, and yeah, I mean, I totally agree. I am 100% counterculture, the destruction of society, the destruction of everything. I mean, I am all for it. And for example, how do you think the metal scene is growing with more female bands?
I think it's just becoming a space where everyone has something to say.
And what do you girls have to say?
Oh, well, have you listened to the album?
No, we haven't listened to the album, but I will.
Oh, you have to
For
listen.
tomorrow, yes, okay.
You have to listen. So the album is, this particular album, the theme was sexual liberation. We follow
Okay,
the
okay.
story of our lead singer, Lilith, and
Ah,
her life in the convent,
okay.
and how she has an awakening and discovers freedom.
Yes, if someone doesn't know the story of Lilith, it's the first female companion to Adam, right? And she, well, I mean, not Lilith, your friend in the band, but in the religious mythology, right? Lilith was the first female that was created by God, but she was very rebellious, and the story, that's what they say, right?
Mm-hmm.
That when they were having intercourse with Adam, she took like the dominant position, and she was cast away from paradise.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
right.
we are all inspired. Each character is inspired by a different motif like that.
Okay, so each of you has a different character.
Yes.
Okay, so this album or this album is about the sexual liberation of Lilith,
Mhm.
right? And I mean, for example, what's your character?
I'm Lamia.
What?
Lamia.
Okay, Lamia.
Mhm.
Okay, and what's the background of?
What's my story?
Yes.
Well, the same as Lilith. When you look up the mythology behind Lamia, Lamia had an affair with Zeus,
Okay.
and they had children. And his wife Hera was jealous, and she murdered Lamia's children. And so Lamia goes around killing children and eating them.
Okay, that's a very nice story, family story.
Yeah, you can tell it around the dinner table, of
Yes.
course.
And what about the other members of the group? What characters are they? Because I mean, Lilith is one, but it's from the Christian mythology.
Yes.
And you are like from the Greek mythology. And what about the other members of the group?
The other members, I believe Nixe has something to do with water. I believe
Okay.
the original mythology is that she's a water siren. And I know that Abraham and Rusalka also researched their mythology to inform their character and persona.
Okay.
But I don't remember that off the top of my head.
Okay. No, but it's an interesting concept. So each and every one has a different concept, different story, different mythology. This is this is not your first record, right?
No, this is our first album.
This is your first album.
Yes.
Okay. So this is your first album, and then you're straight on tour.
Yes.
Mexico. What other countries are you visiting?
Well, on this tour, this tour has encompassed a European leg, and so
Okay,
we started in Hungary and went to Italy and Netherlands, Germany, and a couple other countries. Then we went down to Argentina and Brazil and Chile, and now we are here in Mexico.
What's the most intense country to play? And what has been the most intense show you've experienced in this tour in Latin America?
It's a really good question. Every show is a bit different.
Okay.
Every city, every crowd, they bring their own flavor to the show. So it can be hard to compare. Mexico always stands out to us for the enthusiasm of the singers here.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because every member has a concept, and you all have like a non imagery, and your fans or your followers